Ever think about how much power you really have over your health as you get older? What if the seemingly unimportant habits you form today could determine the quality of your life tomorrow for men? Especially those over 50, the prostate is an important but often overlooked part of health that affects not only physical well-being, but also emotional health and confidence. But how many of us really know what role this small gland plays, or the subtle signs it sends when it needs care? Today, we're going to talk about the deep link between our daily choices and the health and longevity of our prostates. Whether you're here to learn more about the future or to deal with the changes that come with getting older, this video will change the way you think about self-care and staying healthy. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to talk about useful things you can do, like changing your diet and physical habits, and even the serving benefits of ejaculating regularly that can help protect not only your prostate health, but also your energy, confidence, and joy for life. We'll find powerful insights and useful tips that can give you the power to take charge of your health and change how you experience the years to come. This is more than just a biology talk. It's about reclaiming your vitality and honouring the amazing journey you're on. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and ring the bell sign up for our newsletter to get the latest news and videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's topic if you like it. Please leave a comment. If not, please leave a 0. Your feedback is very important to me because it helps me make better videos that fit your interests. Now let's get started. As I've said before, this heartfelt conversation is especially for people over the age of a time when the body starts to whisper its needs more urgently, and the importance of prostate health takes on a profound, almost religious meaning. This stage includes not only the physical changes that come with getting older, but also an emotional and mental shift. It's a time to take back control, put well-being first, and start doing things that will make you live longer and healthier if you are younger, and here to learn how to protect your future. I welcome you with open arms. This is your sanctuary too. This is a place where health and sexuality issues are talked about with the seriousness and respect they deserve. We're not just talking about biological processes. These are important to how we experience the world, happiness, confidence, and relationship on your journey through life. The prostate, a small but very important organ that is often overlooked or undervalued, is a key part of a man's health. Even though it stays out of sight for most of his life, it has a huge impact on his physical and mental health. This gland is more than just a part of the reproductive system. It's also a gatekeeper of vitality and an unseen engine that powers parts of male health that are often taken for granted. However, if it's neglected, it can become a silent saboteur, turning into a source of discomfort, uncertainty, or even pain. In a previous article, we talked about the benefits of masturbation as a natural way to clean and maintain prostate health. Today, we'll go even deeper and show what happens when this important gland doesn't get the care and attention it needs. The prostate is not a passive organ. It needs to be active and connect with other things. When a man ejaculates, a remarkable set of processes begin that go beyond the release of prostatic fluid. A chain reaction of muscle contractions in the pelvic area works like a natural pump to clear the ducts and promote the smooth flow of secretions if this process is interrupted, like when ejaculation stops happening. Often, which can happen after a long time of not being sexually active, the prostate can start to get swollen, even though the condition called chronic prostatitis may sound harmless. It can be very hard on the people who have it. Symptoms include persistent pelvic pain, a feeling of heaviness or pressure in the bladder area, and even pain or difficulty during urination. These symptoms, which are not caused by an infection, can make a man feel down and disconnected from his body, making him feel burdened and anxious. Luckily, regular ejaculation, whether through masturbation or sexual activity, is an easy way to fix this problem. Maintaining the healthy flow of fluids within the prostate is important for keeping it active, balanced, and free of the congestion that can cause pain. But prostate health isn't just about avoiding congestion. It's also about dealing with the silent threats that often come with getting older. One of these threats is prostate inflammation, also known as prostatitis, which can show up as either infectious or non-infectious. In older men, chronic inflammation that isn't caused by bacteria is common and is often caused by things like oxidative stress, cellular aging, and the buildup of metabolic waste. These problems may seem minor at first, but they can slowly ruin prostate health, causing pain and a lower sense of well-being. This is where regular ejaculate becomes even more important. It's a natural way to keep the prostate healthy by promoting optimal function and fighting the effects of inflammation. However, this isn't a cure. It's just one part of a more complete approach to health. That also includes making conscious choices about what you eat and how you live your life. Foods that are high in antioxidants like bright red peppers, lush berries that are full of taste, and by drinking green tea, you can fight oxidative damage and protect the prostate delicate cells. These simple but effective choices can protect not only the prostate health, but also vitality in general. Not only is this talk about biology important, but it's also about keeping a man's essence alive. It's about realizing that every action, choice, and moment of care is an investment in your future self. This will boost his confidence and allow him to live a full and free life. Your emotional health, energy, and joy for life are all connected to your prostate health. By making conscious, intentional choices today, you are not only taking care of an organ, you are honoring yourself, your body, and the incredible journey that lies ahead. Remember that your health is your power, your foundation, and your legacy. Cherish it, nurture it, and let it carry you into a future full of strength, happiness, and fulfillment. A very important but often overlooked part of prostate health is its complex relationship with hormonal balance. The prostate, even though it's small, is very sensitive to changes in male hormones, especially testosterone, and its powerful derivative, dihydrotestosterone, DHT. These hormones are often just seen as signs of masculinity, but they also play a big role in controlling the prostate function. And overall health as men age, the balance of these hormones starts to shift, which is a natural but complicated process that can cause a cascade of changes over time. These changes may affect the size and functionality of the prostate, which can raise the risk of problems like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or even more serious problems. There is an often unspoken link between ejaculation and maintaining hormonal balance during ejaculation. The body temporarily lowers DHT levels. This dip is short, but it gives the prostate some relief by stopping this powerful hormone from stimulating the tissue all the time. This small but important process shows how consistent habits like masturbation can be an important part of a lifestyle designed to maintain hormonal balance, and by extension, overall prostate health. It's not a cure, but rather a supporting player in the symphony of things we do to stay healthy. Let's talk about something that has even more emotional weight. Prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers in older men. It can change a man's life. A lot of people are afraid and unsure about this disease, and the fact that it affects so many people makes it a main topic of conversation when people talk about health. Especially as we get older, but there is hope we can take steps to lower our risk of getting this scary disease. Researchers have found an interesting link between the number of times a man ejaculates and a lower chance of getting prostate cancer. Though they are still working out the exact details, scientists think that regular ejaculation is a natural way to clean the body. It may flush out cancer-causing substances and metabolic waste that might otherwise stay in the prostatic fluid, which could protect the prostate from harmful agents. Over time, however, it is important to keep this information in perspective. While masturbation is good for you, it shouldn't be seen as a solution or a promise of safety. Instead, it should be a part of a complete plan for prostate health. that includes regular medical checkups, a diet full of healthy foods and protective chemicals, physical activity, and being aware of one's overall lifestyle are two powerful ways to improve health that empower men to take charge of their bodies and futures. This is why screening tests like the prostate-specific antigen PSA test are so important for men who have a family history of prostate cancer or who are showing signs of it. These tests are not just ways to figure out what's wrong. They can save lives. Early detection through careful screening can lead to timely interventions that can make all the difference in outcomes. But prostate health is more than just medical tests and numbers. It's also very personal. It's about how a man feels about his body and how willing he is to listen to its signals. Self-stimulation during masturbation can help men become more intimately aware. Men may notice small changes, such as shifts in SE and quality, as well as odd discomfort or even changes in sensitivity. These observations, which are often ignored, are very important. They are the body's way of telling you that it needs your attention. Watch out for these signs. Seeing a doctor when something doesn't feel right is a sign of self-respect and empowerment that goes beyond the health rewards. These actions add up to a bigger picture. Health of the prostate is more than just a medical issue. It's a sign of how the body, mind, and spirit are all connected. Caring for the prostate means caring for one's vitality, confidence, and ability to fully participate in life. Every thoughtful action, like eating better, staying active, or just taking a moment to understand one's own body, adds to this story. It's not just about avoiding illness, it's about building strength, resilience, and peace for the years to come. By combining mindful habits with a proactive approach to health, men can create a life that is not only long, but also full and meaningful. The health of your prostate becomes a sign of a bigger commitment to living fully in the present and planning for a future based on strength, self-awareness, and joy-love. Last but not least, let's think about an important but often overlooked part of health: how a good prostate affects your emotions and mental health. Men who take care of their sexual and prostate health are doing a lot more than just protecting their bodies. They're also building a stronger sense of self-worth, confidence, and emotional health. This kind of care has an impact on every part of a man's life, making relationships stronger and more meaningful. Even romantic ones, knowing that you are putting your health first and taking steps to keep your vitality up, builds a sense of empowerment that spreads out and affects every part of your life. As we go on with these talks, we will keep talking about topics that empower and educate, like how to spot the early signs of prostate problems, as we've talked about before. Learning pelvic exercises can help keep your prostate healthy. And you should also know how feelings and stress affect your sexual health. Masturbation, for example, can be very good for your prostate health because it helps clean and relieve pressure in this important organ. But that's just the start. There is a lot more information and techniques that can make this simple act a cornerstone of your overall health. That being said, let's look into how we can make this private act more purposefully enjoyable and deeply healing. People often take masturbation like a chore or something they have to do quickly without giving it the thought and care it needs. But if you do it with intention, it can be a healing and enriching experience that feeds both your body and mind, setting aside specific, unbroken time to connect with yourself in this way. Picking a time and place to be alone without any interruptions or distractions is more than just a practical matter. It's a statement of self-respect and an act of honouring your body and mind. This private time with yourself is very important for getting rid of guilt, shame, or anxiety that may have built up over time. By making a safe and accepting space, you create the possibility of a more conscious and fulfilling experience. This practice also gives you a unique chance to listen to your body, a chance to be fully present and aware of what it's trying to tell you. beyond the pleasure that your body signs and sensations are telling you. Something important. Pay attention to how you feel physically as well as mentally. Do you feel any pain? Do you notice any changes in the consistency or colour of SE? How it feels the body sends these tiny messages to let you know when something is wrong and maybe early warning signs that you need to see a doctor. Not only is listening to these signs a form of self-care, it's also a very responsible and self-aware thing to do. Another important part of this practice that should never be forgotten is good cleanliness. It may seem like a small thing, but washing your hands before and after masturbation is very important. This simple habit lowers the chance of bringing bacteria or other germs to sensitive areas, especially if you use lubricants or objects to make your experience better when it comes to oils. Picking the right one is important for safety and comfort. When it comes to lubricants, water or silicone-based ones are often the best because they are gentle on the skin, and tissues, which can become more sensitive. As we age, showing care and respect for your body reinforces the idea that this practice is a meaningful and healthy part of your routine. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please leave a second comment below to let me know you're still watching it with me. When you approach masturbation with mindfulness, it becomes an act of self-love and a tool for well-being. It's a chance to connect with yourself on a deeper level, to honour your health and to cultivate a sense of joy and fulfillment that goes beyond the physical. If you do this practice with care and intention, you can reclaim not only your body, but also your emotional and mental health as we continue to talk. I want you to think of your health as a journey of discovery, empowerment, and change together. We can look into practices that not only make life longer, but also better, giving you confidence, vitality, and peace of mind. Every step you take toward better health is a step toward a brighter, more fulfilling future. Let's walk this path together. Did you know that relaxing before you start a workout can greatly improve your experience of self-intimacy before masturbating? Taking the time to do relaxing activities like deep breathing meditation or a warm bath can help your mind and body. These activities help release the stress of daily life, letting you be full present in the moment. When you approach this intimate act with relaxation and intention, it transforms into a deeply mindful self-care ritual that not only enhances physical pleasure, but also supports your emotional well-being. This shift from routine to mindfulness elevates the SE, turning it into a celebration of your connection with yourself. It's important to remember that masturbation is a natural and healthy practice that helps you better understand your body and desires once in a while. If you feel guilty or ashamed, stop and think about where those feelings came from. These emotions are often caused by social norms or old ideas, but they don't have to be. Explain what this practice really means. Masturbating is neither selfish nor wrong. It's a nice thing to do for yourself and a way to get curious, self-discovery, and accepting yourself. Make it a goal to accept and love this part of your sexuality, knowing that it's an important part of a healthy, balanced life. To make this practice even more fulfilling, think about breaking out of habits. While masturbation has clear benefits, doing it over and over again can dull its effects and make you feel dependent on it. Try different things to keep this intimate act interesting and new. For example, you could try being more mindful, going to new places, or just paying more attention to your feelings and sensations. Moderation is key to make sure that this practice improves your life without taking away from other important things like work, relationships, or hobbies. Additionally, this is a great chance to introduce free practices that improve not only the experience, but also your health as a whole, for example. Have you heard of Kegel exercises? These simple but effective exercises strengthen the pelvic floor muscles, which are very important for supporting the prostate. and bladder regularly, using Kegel can improve the health of your prostate, avoid problems like urinary leakage, and even improve the quality and strength of your orgasms. Best of all, Kegel can be done in private at any time while sitting, standing, or even on your way to and from work over time. This practice can greatly improve your orgasms. Feel better about yourself and your personal health. Forget about how important it is to fuel your body. Nutrition is a key part of prostate health, and adding certain foods to your diet can make a big difference. Tomatoes that are high in lupine are especially good for lowering inflammation and helping the prostate work nuts. Fatty fish, like salmon and leafy green veggies, are also good sources of important nutrients that help keep hormones and cells in balance. On the other hand, limiting ultra-processed foods is good for your health. Keeping away from sugary snacks and trans fats is important because they can make inflammation worse and hurt not only your prostate but also your general vitality. Think of your food as a way to love yourself and take care of your body from the inside out. It's just as important to keep an open mind about your sexuality, being curious about and sure of this part of yourself. Being intimate can have deep emotional effects that help you feel more connected to who you are. If you ever feel unsure or have questions about your sexual health, don't be afraid to ask for help. It can be freeing to talk to trusted friends, a partner, or a healthcare worker, giving you clarity and comfort that most of all get to know yourself better and never forget how important it is to get regular checkups. No matter how good you feel, regular checkups with your doctor are very important. Helpful for finding problems early on when they're easiest to fix during these times of self. Intimacy masturbation can be a useful tool for keeping an eye on your health. You may notice small changes like changes in seam and texture, strange sensations, or changes in sensitivity. These are very important to pay attention to because they are your body's way of telling you it needs help, and acting quickly can make all the difference in the long run. This journey isn't just about your health, it's also about getting to know yourself better, accepting your sexuality as an important part of who you are, and making self-care a regular part of your life. By approaching masturbation with mindfulness, variety, and care, you can turn it from a simple act into a powerful tool for health and self-empowerment, along with pelvic exercises and a healthy diet, regular checks, and a good attitude. If you found this conversation helpful, please share it with others by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. Together, we can make a community where discussions like these empower and uplift everyone. Your health, vitality, and joy are worth it. Let's go on this trip together.